Actually, I stayed in India only because of doing yoga with Anya when the monsoon started and the weather was so bad and it was raining constantly. There was a good reason to leave home. Also, it brings some routine to my life every day morning doing this. But I think I'm in the beginning of the journey, so I still don't know how it will change my life. But for sure, it will have a good influence on it.
No, like it's actually not surprised. Like, hey, like it's not surprised. It's surprised. Close your eyes and just start breathing awareness. As you inhale, feel your belly expand with fresh breath. So over 5 years ago, I went to the point when I was very depressed and unhappy with my life. 8 years ago, I moved to England to find better life, but actually haven't found a better life. In fact, my life even deteriorated because now I had enough money to take even more drugs and drink more. And I was working on the bar that time, which didn't make my addiction easier. And over 5 years ago, I was so depressed and so unhappy with myself and everything around that I actually wanted to kill myself. And then luckily I discovered yoga, and I actually discovered yoga through YouTube channel. I knew that working out releases serotonin in your head, so the happy hormone, so you can actually lift up your mood. And being so depressed, living in the bed, thinking about suicide or mission, I thought, okay, maybe I can do some exercise to release serotonin and therefore become a little bit happier. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Center. And press back to happy body. Now walk your hands close to your body and bring your hands on the outside of the mat. Let's go a few circles with our upper body. And changing direction. And now bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your right hand up. Inhale with your right fingertips. And exhale. Put your shoulder down underneath the left one. Left hand reaches up and bring it down on the ground above the head.
And my first class with her was in June in a temple where she was teaching at that time, and I had a really good experience learning from her from that class. And I was very impressed by her knowledge and the way she did the class with so much attention to details.
Here, elbows straight. Is every one of you okay with me adjusting your postures? Anyone is not okay with that? Shoulders down. Keep your hands up. Keep lifting. Keep stretching your fingers. Spread your fingers wide open, creating space in between your fingers. Then I type on YouTube channel and something like yoga for beginners popped out. And I start practicing. Just simple 12-20 minutes yoga practice, which is not even true yoga, just like a fitness yoga, And then suddenly I was becoming calmer. Suddenly I was waking up a little bit earlier before I was going to work. And after work, instead of coming back and getting into drugs again, I would just put my mat on the ground and start practicing. So I didn't even know what's happening, but changes start happening in me. And I start practicing more and more and more. And soon, before I even realized, I start waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning just so I can practice 2 hours before I go to work. And I start becoming calmer, healthier, more steady in my head. My head was not running around like monkey anymore.
And I met Anya first, like almost 4 years ago, when she was teaching yoga at her beginning. in some small place in Arambol. I was staying there, so I used to know her in her very first steps when she started to teach. I met her again this time, so almost a year back now. And after a few months, we started to practice again. So now it's been 6 months, something like this. Yeah, she has this. How can I say? Softness, gentleness, and at the same time she can be very intense and she's like very focused. So with her it's easy, like she's guiding very well.
And drop them behind you. Twist, touch the forehead to the ground. Inhale, come up, lift. Exhale over to the other side. For the head. And exhale, fold forward. Towards this front, straight leg. And again, here your upper body is resting. Don't worry about your spine. You don't have to keep your spine super straight. Your lower body is working.
I started learning yoga with Anya from July this year, and it's almost close to 6 months. It was like almost my first time when I started learning yoga, because before I had previously, it was not very regular, not very organized like a class like this. So I had some little practice before, and then I started learning with Anya from July this year, and it's incredible. She's an amazing teacher for many reasons, for her knowledge, for her understanding of the subject, for the kind of variation and flow she can introduce you to the practice.
But inside me, there was this big call, like I was crying for the truth. So then I sold everything I had. I bought one-way ticket to India, and with one backpack, I flew to Delhi. And this is where my journey started. It was 4.5 years ago. And since then, I was traveling the world. I stayed in India for 6 months. I did my second yoga certificate because when I was still in England, I was so into yoga that I did a teaching training course just to deepen my practice. I never actually thought that I'm going to become a yoga teacher. In fact, if someone told me 5 years ago that I'm going to be traveling around the world teaching yoga, I would never believe that.
A good energy. She is a good teacher. She's more of a giver, and it is good. And on top of that, like what she did in Arambol is to build a community than to make a class.
It happens that everywhere I go, I am so into yoga that it's kind of attracting people. I never go with an intention of teaching. In fact, I came this time to India to reconnect, to recharge, to learn more about yoga. So I was attending classes. I never intended to teach, but I started practicing on the beach and people were attracted and they were keep coming, first completely free, then by donation, then they were actually pushing me when the monsoon came, they were pushing me to find space so they can still practice under the shelter, and it's happening like this everywhere I go. In Australia also, I went with an intention of just traveling and exploring the land, and then I keep coming across people who just wanted to learn more and more, and soon we created such a beautiful yoga community.
I like headstand and shoulder stand. I like all twisted asanas, and everything what is new. It's nice to try. Anya is actually an amazing teacher. First, she has knowledge. Second, she's very dedicated and full of love for each and every of her students. She leave us space also to be ourselves and do yoga our way. Of course, remembering about what are the rules. She brings so much joy and happiness to the classes, and also I can feel that she's very much experienced, so she knows how to work with every person.
What does matter is to keep your hip open. So you're focusing on your left hip here. Ujjayi breath.
You see her dedication to her practice in the way that she connects with the students. You know, she'll bring some of her own journey, some of the things that she finds comforting or challenging in the practice, so that you can really relate to her. You can feel like you're both the student and the teacher.
And the regularity also. She gives this envy. She gives us envy to come back here.
It just puts me in a conscious way of living. Every choice I make after doing yoga is about self-love and about what to eat that will make me feel better, what will make me actually energetic, what will actually benefit me throughout the day, how long I will sleep. It sets the right kind of pattern and gives me the right energy to consciously choose things which kind of transform me every day.
My mom told me, you're stupid because you live in your body. Why would you think about the weather? Why would weather, how can weather rule your life? And I'm like, well, don't you supposed to live in your body, not in your head? So, yoga means union, which is the union of the body, mind and spirit. But it's also the union of the body, mind and spirit when it's unified already with the ultimate truth. And whatever the truth is for you, we all have our own beliefs, our own experiences, but our life is ruled by our beliefs. But sometimes our belief system is completely wrong.
What she give to the community takes care of the person, And she has good energy. I wish her good luck in the future. Keep doing the same thing, same way, and grow bigger and bigger, and help people around with her knowledge, wisdom, with her experience, and keep it going. And again, wish you good luck with everything what you do in life and in your journey with yoga.
Well, as I said, I never intended to be a teacher. And in fact, I always say that we are all learning from each other and we all walking each other's home, And very often I actually say I'm a yoga instructor, not a teacher, because I learned so much also by adjusting people, by leading the class. I learned so much about their bodies and about their limitations, and we're all mirroring each other. There's no way, when you go through your fear, there's no way that universe will not support you. And I actually believe that everything you dream about is behind your fear. So you need to cross this barrier of being scared of doing something, and then miracles happen.